Okay, welcome. I am so excited you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Carla Caldwell, and I'm really excited to talk to you about healing through movement. So, my background is in nursing and health coaching. I got my master's in healthcare innovation, and my whole mission is to inspire you to live your best life. And a huge part of that is being healthy. We now know that over 80%, 80% of chronic disease is preventable. And some chronic disease even higher than that. So, according to the World Health Organization, 90% of heart disease is completely preventable. According to the CDC, most chronic disease, meaning 75%, is preventable. So, I'm talking about diabetes. I am talking about many forms of cancer, heart disease, completely preventable through what we do, think, and say. And guess what is one thing that absolutely contributes to preventing illness? All right, I'm waiting. I know someone has the answer. Yes, Michelle. You probably guessed because of the title, movement, right? Or yes, movement is one of them. Movement, what we eat, stress management, and tobacco. So, if you do partake in tobacco, quitting tobacco is one of the absolute best things you can do. But movement, my goodness. And I find that when you are physically active, it helps the other three. So it helps with stress reduction. And often you'll eat better when you're more active because you feel better mentally. So being active is really, really important. And what we're going to cover in the short time that we're together, so we'll be together for about 10 minutes or less, is how we can make movement a lifestyle. We know it's important. In fact, you don't have to take my word for it, but just think for yourself. Take a moment to think, how does movement benefit you? And let me know how you benefit. Some of the things I hear from the people I work with is that they benefit because they feel more energized, they feel less stressed, they feel more flexible, they're able to do more. And some of the results that we see in labs are lower blood pressure, lower blood sugar numbers, so A1C, or for people who are battling diabetes, that's really important. Okay, so we know exercise is super important. So, what do we do about it? Well, I want you to start with rating how you are doing in this area of your life. So take a moment to think on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you doing with moving your body, with being physically active? So 1 is I'm doing terrible, I never move, all the way to 10, I am flexible like Gumby, I feel amazing, and I am physically active all day long. Take a moment to rate where you are. That is the absolute best place to start, is you collecting data from the most important place of all, yourself. Okay, once you have your number, write it down, because the next question I want to ask you is, what is one small thing that you can do starting? What is one small thing you can do starting today to improve your movement? What is one small thing? And whatever that one small thing is, I want to encourage you to make it smart. So, what that means is instead of an idea, you want to make it actionable. So, if you're thinking, okay, I could move more while I'm at work, well, make it specific, measurable, action oriented, realistic, and time sensitive. What does that look like? If I want to be more active during my day, I'm going to say something like, okay, in between my meetings, I am going to do 10 squats. And today I have 5 meetings. So that means that I'm going to do 25 squats today. That's specific, measurable. I'll know that I did it. And it's actionable and time sensitive. Realistic. How will you know the goal you set is realistic? The best way to know is asking yourself, how confident am I? How confident am I that I can complete this goal? On a scale of 1 to 10, 0 being not confident at all, 10 being the most confident ever. If you are a 7 or above, your goal's good. If you're below a 7, I want to encourage you to ask yourself, how can I set this goal so I feel more confident? Confidence is a huge predictor of success. So don't dismiss that part of this process. Okay, so let's recap. You've assessed how active are you? How active are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And you've asked yourself, what is one small thing I can do to be active? And then whatever it is, you made it smart. Now, how are you going to make sure you follow through? It's really important that you connect this goal to what matters most to you. If you don't know what matters most to you, start there. And then once you know what matters most, ask yourself, how will completing this goal benefit what matters most to me? And make sure you're clear on that, because when it comes to movement, when it comes to any health behavior, you're more likely to follow through if you connect it to what matters most, because sometimes you won't want to do it. And especially with movement, you don't want to leave it to chance, because a lot of times if you feel tired, or if you're not, maybe you had a stressful day, it's really easy to rationalize not following through on the movement that you said you were going to do. But if you ask yourself, how does this benefit what matters most? And let's say, for example, your family matters most to you, and you understand that by being active and following through on your activity goal, it will give you more energy to be with your family. You'll have a better outlook. Then you're more likely to do it. So make sure you connect it to what matters most. Now, the next part of making movement a lifestyle is making sure that it's fun. Movement doesn't have to be boring or awful or a torture session. Movement can be dancing to your favorite song. It can be small things like finding ways to be active 1 minute at a time. That's very helpful if what you're telling yourself is that you're too busy to do more exercise. Is try small increments at a time. That's a really great way to address movement. And you constantly want to be on the lookout for, how can I make movement a lifestyle instead of this isolated event? How can you adopt movement as a lifestyle, fitting it in between and throughout your day so that it just becomes a part of life? It's really important that we think about movement. It's a critical component to being well. And not just being well, but preventing over 75% of illness. I am rooting for your success, and I really hope that you feel inspired to move more. We can always move more. There's always more that we can do to move. So, for your health, make movement a lifestyle. I am rooting for your success. If you found this helpful, please let me know in the comments. Please like the video, share it with your network, and I thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Thank you.